we're back with a game review for Marvel Contest of Champions, or I guess the 4-star event review. And we're in Kirby's alliance right now. It's the Super Alliance. Kirby is a bro and a long-time friend. And I just wanted to go over the stuff, the 4-star event. I've been getting a lot of questions. Oh yeah, we are still on this worldwide alliance tour. And I love being able to meet players and talk to them and let them know what they should do. Unfortunately, again, we're gonna go over the 4-star event today, and I've been getting a lot of questions. One of the question is, how do you win the 4-star event? And I'm just gonna tell you that I have no clue. The 4-star event there is no strategy to it. It's not a strategy thing, anyways. It's more like the amount of money and time you have invested in the game will push you into the upper level of the 4-star event. That's what I feel. I mean, I spent a lot of time on this thing, and until they release the 5 stars, the 4-star is just gonna be some event that, unless you're playing to throw in a lot of money, you're gonna spend a lot of time struggling to actually win that event. Alright, so that being said, I'm going to tell you what the life of a 4-star player is. And I'm not a top 4-star player. If you find this to be staggering, get this when other players. I don't even know how those other players are human in general to be able to do this. But here it is. To win 4-star events, what you need. First of all, you need a lot of time on your hand. You need to be a stock trader or stockbroker. You need to be, day trader. Day trader, you need to be retired. But if you're retired, you're at a certain age where you're not going to sit around swiping that thing for days and days for no reason. Well, actually, yeah, for a reason, to win a virtual game contest. But anyways, you need to be available nearly 16 hours a day. Nearly. Even more. You know, some may say it's 24 hours. Because it depends on your team as well. So you need to have a huge amount of time on your hands. And you can't be doing something else. If you have a job or something, I guess that's okay. But that's only okay for one event. If you are going to do this in all the events, like all the 4-star event, all the Alpha Callus event, all the Callus thingy-majig event, whatever you call that other one. I don't remember that one. But to do that, to do all the events, you're going to have to be playing every 2 hours, every hour. You're going to be you need like units to rush it for that every hour. You need to be swiping so much that it's unbelievable. First of all, that's not even healthy. I mean, I'm already feeling the breeze, and I'm not like super old. I know some players are like, hey, I have like, you know, this guy has a lot of money. No, money doesn't solve the problem for 4-star event. Money will just make it easier. I mean, it will just give you units. Money is for, you know, it's for the crystals that people spend a lot. Money won't solve the problem of sitting there and swiping constantly. It won't solve it. So money is not going to solve it. Anybody that is up there and says money will solve it. No, money is not going to solve it. Let's just say, I'm going to give you an example. 2 weeks ago, the cutoff was 1.2 million. And then a week ago, the cutoff was 1.5 million. And then now the cutoff is like 1.8 million. You kind of get what I'm saying. You need more time to get more score. You can't do that in perpetuity. That's in every event either. So, if you want to win a 4-star event, you're pretty much going to have to spend much more time than the beginning players. And you have to have better gold star characters, which is absurd. So, I have no strategy for the 4-star event. Obviously, I'm spending a lot of time and a lot of money, and I just feel that Yeah, if you want to win a 4-star event, you're gonna have to do the same. Unfortunately, I don't think there's another way until 5 stars come out. Because once 5-star comes out, they're gonna start increasing the prizes for the 4-star. The problem isn't because of the 4-star. It's because the amount of people and time people spend to play increases, but the prize remain the same. The amount of prize. I mean, if they increase the amount of prize with the amount of players that compete, then everything will be normal all the way through. But as it is now, it's way out there. You're gonna have to spend a lot of time competing, and you're gonna spend units. If you don't have units, it's not gonna help you. You're not gonna be able to do it. So, anyways, I just gotta say that players, I feel some of the players are not real. That's my opinion. I know somebody's gonna say you have no proof of that, because I remember when in one of the videos I said that, oh, the I don't think the PvP people are real. And I don't mean by the player battling together. I mean, I think some of them are AI fake in general. They're not even real players. They're just made up players. And we're seeing that now. We're seeing that in the 4-star PvP event. You notice some of them, because they put out alliances, right? And they forgot to put those fake players into alliances. You notice they're level 16 and they have like what, 40,000 hero rating, and they're not in an alliance, and that's a fake player. So that did happen there, unfortunately. But as I was saying, it's not about money. It's about time. And on top of that, even if somebody had enough time, they had enough money, there's one thing that's really hard to deny. Alright, so I've been swiping for the past month. And you notice the iPad or iPhone. The iPhone is actually worse. But the iPad or Nexus or any other Google device, it's a device, right? Even a laptop has it too. You notice the device heats up, correct? Even if you have time, you have money, the device heats up. My hands are peeling off. I mean, not my hands. The skin on my hands are peeling off. And, that's a sign of something bad's gonna happen. So that's why I was telling people I want to quit. But I am going to slowly quit, or do less as well, because obviously it's not a good thing. I mean, I noticed some other players have been saying their hands are hurting, their fingers are hurting. Well, for me, my hands are peeling. I mean, my fingers are peeling. And I think it's due to the heat. I think that the heat heats up the skin, and then the skin kind of get roasted a bit, and then, yeah. So, essentially, even if you have time, you have money. I don't get how some of the other players, and I spent a month. I don't get how some of the other players spent months, like over 3 months, and not feel anything, and just continue swiping as if as if nothing is happening. So I think it's a very, very bad idea, and I'm not even sure if some of the people are real. That's the thing. If they're not real, they're taking this place. They may be real. I'm just saying, in theory, maybe they're not real. But yeah, I mean, those guys that are up there, I gotta say, you guys are just so awesome. I can't keep it up. I mean, obviously, I really worry about my hands. That's the first thing. I mean, the sleep is one thing. Sleep, I can handle that for a bit, but the hands is like some of the other players' hands hurts. My hands are peeling. So I don't get it. I really don't get it. Sometimes I'm just like, yeah, they're robots. That's what I say, because think about this. All of these things happening. You have to spend money, you have to spend time, and you have to give up your health. It's kind of like a farm. You go into a farm. Let's say John. Your name is John. Hey, John, you're going into a farm. And usually you go into a farm, you buy stuff, right? Hey, you give me milk. I give you this. I give you money. But this isn't how the farm works. The farm is like, all right, you give me money. You give me $1,000. I let you farm in my farm. I have stuff in the farm, right? And then the farm, you know, it's under, there's earth there, and you're supposed to dig. You're digging. The funny thing is, underneath, they're able to adjust the amount of items available, or whatever, like milk, food that is available underground without you knowing, because you're still digging. So that's what I feel. I don't know how some of the other players can actually do that for months and months and not realize, or not realize. They probably know it. It's just that I just don't know how they're able to do it for so long. It's just very, very upsetting to me. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for my 4-star review. I mean, my recommendation is wait for the update, and then you're probably gonna want a 5-star by then, because that's when the 5-star comes out. But as it is, unless you're planning to spend a lot of money, there is absolutely no guide out there that will help you. I mean, there will be other players or other reviewers, and I don't read other people's review, because most of their reviews, I know them. Their review is this: they play Act 1. They play like fight here. They play story quest. Because I used to be part of editorial. So what they do is they play Act 1, or maybe they play up to Act whatever, okay? They don't even 100% it. They just play through it. And then what happens is that they just give it a good score, because obviously they've only gone so far and they like the experience. This game has a really good experience. I like it. You know, it's competitive, but in the long term, with the events, it's definitely scary. I don't know how I can ever keep this thing up. It's just not possible. It's absolutely not possible for me to keep up with the amount of time, especially. I mean, time is the most important thing, right? Time is money. Now, I don't blame the developers, because their job is to make money, and it is what it is. I'm not, you know, I just stopped playing the game. It's just, there's multiple games where I was just like, yeah, forget it. I like this game, but of course, they have Agent Venom. I'm gonna come back for that. I might just get the 3-star. I don't know. I'll see about the 4-star, but that is pretty much it for the 4-star event. Again, we're touring the Super Alliance now. Kirby, my buddy, just giving him a shout out as well, and going over the event. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If I missed anything, let me know, because I want to go over it in my next review. But that is pretty much it. I'm just disappointed. I mean, sure, I won in the events, but the amount of time and money it cost me, it's just absurd. I mean, I don't know how some of the players do it. Even, like I was saying, even if they have a lot of money, it's not going to solve their time issue. It's definitely not going to solve their time issue. Even if they have a lot of time, they have a lot of money, it's not going to solve their health issue. It's impossible to have every issue solved when it's like it's like sitting in poison. It's sitting in poison, and you're like, yeah, I have all the money to solve this, and then, you know, and then have all the time to solve this, and then you have all the you're not gonna get poisoned either. I don't know. It just feels like that. That's my opinion, though. I could be wrong. Of course, there are other ways that other players have been telling me, and I don't use them. So what I'm saying is that some of the other players, it's unreal. But this is what some of the, in a legitimate way, this is what the other players are telling me. When you get somebody to play on the account during a certain time, and then you play on the account during a certain time, and then another person plays on the account on a certain time. So that is pretty much it for my review. I don't do that. No one touches this account. So as a general, let's say I'm a bit advanced because I spend a lot of money. But if you're a general player, it's going to be very, very, very tough for you to continue this in every single event. They need to increase the amount of characters they give out. I mean, the 4 stars, they want to make it rare. The score is going up. People spending more time. And most players are just going to quit because they're wasting their time, and time is money.